Hello there guys, welcome back to my channel for another live stream. Yet another live stream on my channel, because why the hell not? You know, let's get the content pushing out. That was not proper English, but it doesn't matter. We're here for yet another live stream, talking some more Chelsea news, because it's just not stopping. Chelsea might have signed Kai Havertz yesterday. Chelsea might have already signed Ben Chilwell and Thiago Silva and Hakim Ziyech and Timo Werner and Maignan, but we are not done yet. According to reliable reports anyway, we are not done by any means, let alone in the transfer business, because of course we still have plenty of players to sell. But apparently we're even going to sign some more players. How mental is that? As if we hadn't already signed plenty. But no, more to come apparently. More to bloody come. And of course, if you are new here, that is the wrong logo. Click the wrong thing in it. If you are new here, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. That'd be massively appreciated. Help me on the road to first 7,000 subscribers and then 10,000 subscribers. That'd be massively appreciated. And of course, if you are here right now, make sure you drop a like, every single one of you. Hello to everyone that is in the chat. Abby, Rashi, Prince, GD, everyone that's tuning in, massively appreciate it. Let's hope more and more people tune in. Of course, it's not quite as exciting as the news yesterday, of course, of announcing the signing of, or the signature of, Kai Havertz. So I'm not expecting equally as many people, but you know, let's let's just see what bloody happens. Let's just see what bloody happens. What do you mean 11? Quite early. Don't know what that means. But I just started and I welcome everyone that is here. Like I said, obviously, if someone's watching this as a video later on, make sure you subscribe and drop a like anyways, because why the hell not? But let's just talk about the rumours that are still floating about. Of course, like I said, we already, we just signed Kai Havertz yesterday. Bloody brilliant. I think all of us are over the absolutely over the moon about that. Hello Booba, how you doing? Love from the Gambian boy, appreciate that. Aston Villa 3-2 Arsenal friendly. You know, it is what it is. We only had our draw against Brighton. Liverpool were 2-0 down, I'm pretty sure, to Blackpool, and then won like, what, 7-2? I think Watford beat Spurs 2-1, if I'm not mistaken. I saw that. Sure. Kai Havertz says Declan Rice. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? And you know, it is what it is. But let's talk about who else we are linked with. Of course, I've touched on them in yesterday's stream already, but the rumours aren't stopping. The rumours aren't stopping. It's still not stopping because Chelsea are interested in goalkeepers. It does seem like Kepa Arrizabalaga will stay at the club, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to sign a new goalkeeper. Of course, Petr Cech himself commented on the whole situation maybe a week ago at this point, maybe a little bit more, and said, you know, everyone at the club still trusts in Kepa, but there is obviously you know, a change of the squad is happening, and that might also happen at the goalkeeper position, but that doesn't mean that Kepa is necessarily going anywhere, and that has led everyone that, you know, is making the reports, you know, kind of led them to believe, I guess, that we're going to sign not maybe a top edge goalkeeper, for example, Jan Oblak, who we were linked with, or even Nick Pope, possibly quite a little bit over that kind of area, over that edge, but more thinking about players, for example, like Edouard Mendy from Rennes, the 28-year-old. He's bloody massive. Got his stats here. He's 197 centimeters tall. Don't know how much that is in feet, but well, it's like 2 feet 2 inches off Courtois, and Courtois is what, 6'8" or 6'7". So, you know, he's bloody massive. No, he's not. He's basically as tall as Courtois. Beg your pardon. I forgot how tall Courtois was. He's pretty much as tall as Courtois. And his stats show that as well. His stats show that he's very, very good at collecting crosses, which is something we're strongly lacking. Some, you know, area in his game that is not so strong is his distribution, which is obviously a bit of an issue, which is important, was even more important for our team and for our game under Maurizio Sarri than it is now under Frank Lampard, but it still is very, very important, so I wouldn't underestimate it myself. But that is the weakness to his game. Of course, we've been linked to other goalkeepers. We've been linked to Maignan from Lille, who have just signed an older goalkeeper, which, you know, might happen. Of course, guys, I will, you know, reply to what you guys have put into the chat a little bit later on. Let me just talk through what I have to say, or a couple of things anyways. But of course, I will get to, you know, read out your opinions, your thoughts, your questions. Of course, everything will be answered. This is a very, very interactive channel, hence why I'm doing a lot of live streams, not just videos, so I can get your guys' thoughts and opinions on as well, because, you know, that's what we want, you know, have that interaction between me, the content creator, and you guys, the viewers, because why the hell not? We're all just equal, so let's discuss everything going on at Chelsea. That's bloody brilliant, and that's what I like to do. And of course, there is still the rumours, minor rumours at this point, though, with Andre Onana, of course, from Ajax. But the strongest links at this moment in time seem to be going around Edouard Mendy. Would I personally take him? Yeah, why not? Why not? I mean, he's a Senegalese, he's of Senegalese nationality, I guess. And he's only rumoured to cost us around 18 million, maybe 20 million tops. So it would be fine, it would be fine. It is said that Petr Cech is apparently, not Petr Cech, Christophe Lolichon is apparently a big fan of his. Of course, Christophe Lolichon, a former goalkeeping coach at Chelsea that made Petr Cech into who he was in the end, was then when Courtois and Mourinho came back and Courtois came in, was then kind of put into a different role and hasn't actually left that role just yet, but still has a big say, especially now working with Petr Cech again, no Mourinho, no Courtois. And apparently he's a big fan of Mendy. I don't know whether that's true. I'm friends with Jeanne, his daughter. But, she doesn't live with him anymore, so I don't know how much they actually talk about it. I haven't asked her. Maybe I will do that next time I will talk about that. So, if you want to know what Christophe Lolichon's daughter has to say about a goalkeeping situation, make sure you subscribe and drop a like. Jean will kill me for this, but, it is what it is. We all have to do our thing. But, let's just keep going with that because... a different goalkeeper and a very different profile of goalkeeper is what Mendy will be. He's very, very tall, completely opposite of Kepa. He's very good at coming for crosses. I mean, the most outrageous stat about Kepa last season, not his goals conceded, not his save percentage, no. The most outrageous stat, in my opinion, was that he did not come to catch a single corner in every single Premier League game he played. He came for 4 corners. No, he came for 4 corners. 2, he punched away to safety. 1, he punched away into safety, and 1 he did come for, but didn't actually connect with the ball for, and that's when West Ham scored there at the time 1-0, maybe? At the time, obviously, after the restart, when we lost there 3-2. That's an awful stat. And with Mendy, we would get something very, very, very different in the goalkeeping position. But the distribution will be very different. Building up from the back might be a little bit more scary. Although I say that Kepa wasn't particularly great at that last season either. But I'm pretty sure Kepa, that is just a confidence thing. He will never be the greatest at coming for crosses. That just won't happen. That's not him. But the distribution thing and also being a bit more explosive and better off his line, that will get better if he regains more confidence. And apparently he has got himself a personal coach that will just help him gain more confidence and be better. So he is trying and he is willing to fight whether we sign a new goalkeeper or not. Carefree Lewis G is around getting Jean on then. Up the Laos. How you doing, Lewis? How you doing, Lewis? We need to definitely do a collaboration. We will, guys. Everybody chill. We'll do a stream on my channel. We'll do a stream on his channel, not just one over time. It will bloody happen. How you doing, Lewis? I hope you're good. What else did the guy say? Hold up, where was it? Would you take Martinez from Arsenal? Now that is a very interesting question because his performances after Leno got injured were bloody brilliant. You have to say it. His performances were bloody brilliant. And fair play to him. Fair play to him. Would I take him? I don't know quite how old he is. He's not as young as I thought he was. I think he's like 26, 28. Maybe he's even older than that. I do beg your pardon if that is absolutely wrong. Question by Plum and Petrov. Do you think if we get Mendy this season, that means we will try to sign Donnarumma on a free next season? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I still don't think that Donnarumma thing is going to happen simply because of his agent, Mino Raiola. And unless he changes who his agent is, I'm pretty sure Chelsea won't touch Donnarumma. I just don't think that's going to happen. I just don't think that's what's going to happen, in honesty. But back to Mendy, very different to Kepa. But maybe that's exactly what we need. I still don't understand why exactly we gave Willy Caballero a new contract then, but maybe it's still what we need. Have that different goalkeeper who's not 38 or something like Caballero is, but like 28, still at a decent age, a good age, Don't let me say decent. It's a very good age for a goalkeeper that's relatively young. And it would be quite interesting. Maybe we should even adapt it by the opponent. Against Man City and Liverpool, maybe play with Kepa. Against someone like Burnley, maybe play with Mendy. Maybe that's something to talk about, to think about. Possibly. Of course, we are linked to a couple of other goalkeepers, but, let's just see what happens. There is Donnarumma, there is Emiliano Martinez. I'm not sure if there's actually been any serious reports or if that's just fans hoping for things. I don't know. But I guess it is what it is. We'll just have to wait and see what actually happens there. But if we were to sign Edouard Mendy, I definitely wouldn't mind it. I like that Mendy is big and has big fingers. I don't know what exactly you're trying to say with that. Hybro, one football guys are saying Kai Havertz won't stay long. They are so jelly. Yes, they are bloody jelly. That's bloody good. I want Pope and Rice. Well, Nick Pope, I think Nick Pope is one that we'd only get if we got rid of Kepa. And I think we try to get rid of Kepa. Otherwise, I don't think we would have extended Willy Caballero's contract. But I don't think we've just found any suitors. No one that even wants him alone, let alone wants to sign him, because his wages are just, his wage demands are huge. in comparison to how good he is. And just his stats, even in Spain, you're like, why would you get Kepa? Like, realistically, why would you sign Kepa at this moment in time? You have to question that. Am I too bright? It's okay. It's okay, to be honest. But yeah, you know, everyone that's, of course, tuning in, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. That'd be bloody brilliant. And drop a like. You know, there's nearly 100 people of you watching. You know, of course, everyone, if you want to, share this on your Twitter, on your Instagram, whatever else. Make more people tune in. But if you're new here, make sure you drop a like. No, if you're new here, subscribe. And if you're, whoever you are, drop a like. That'd be good. Let me get to another question by Booba this time. Who do you think should partner with Thiago Silva in our back line? Zuma, Rudiger and Tomori. You're just going to ignore Christensen. Fair enough. For me personally, it would be Zuma. Rudiger is out of the picture for me personally. Tomori, I'm pretty confident will go out on loan at this point. Christensen or Zuma it is for me, but I would personally go for Zuma. Carvin says, if we have... I don't know what that emoji is, to be honest. It's too small. Is that just a number 2? If we have 2 good keepers and then every mistake will kill confidence and no faith in one goalkeeper. Yeah, I know, I agree. That is kind of my problem with the whole situation. That's why I'm actually not the biggest fan. I'm either keep Kepa or sell him and buy someone else. But the problem is that we can't get rid of Kepa and we don't want to trust him fully. Hence why we're probably going to sign someone else, even though it might not be a top-notch goalkeeper. And how much would Pope cost? No one actually knows that, do we? No one actually knows that. He's English. He's, what, 27, I think? And he's still playing for a Premier League club that finished in the top half, if I'm not mistaken, Burnley did. So, definitely wouldn't be cheap. It's the first-choice goalkeeper as well. So, you know, you shouldn't underestimate it. Probably would cost you around 40 million. You'd assume maybe 30. It's interesting. It's interesting. Chelsea should do like Man United, competition of goalkeepers. Well... it's an easy one. Let's see how that goes for Man United. Pope maybe nearly 40 million. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. Can we get Declan Rice this summer after Kai signing? That's what I'm going to get into now. And the other player, the other position that we're strongly linked to, rather than position in this case, is rather the player itself. It's Declan Rice from West Ham. The whole saga that happened at West Ham yesterday was absolutely mental anyway. That kid, I forgot his name, and was sold to West Brom. And... Mark Noble, their captain, of course, went to Twitter and saying, as captain of West Ham United, he's basically outraged at the sale of this young and talented player. Jack Wilshere, another West Ham player, commented on his post, you know, go to a club that actually respects you, do your thing, and that kind of thing. It's kicking off there. It's kicking off there after that. Action by, you know, move by Mark Noble. Will he even remain West Ham United captain? Will they try to entice Rice to staying by making him captain? Who knows? But it is still said that we are, you know, thinking about making that £70 million bid for Declan Rice, and I'd be in favour of it. If we can afford it, it's not my money. So if we're good with financial fair play, and I hope the club and Marina Granovskaia know what they're doing, if we're good and if we make that bid and we get to sign him, then why the hell not? Why the hell not? I personally believe the talks and the rumours that Frank Lampard sees him as the centre-back, that he sees him as a little bit of possibly a John Terry because of many, many things. Yes, he hasn't played a centre-back much, and that is a fair point. But then again, he plays for a team like West Ham, who are 90% of the time very defensive. So what a CDM, a holding mid, does for West Ham is not too far off what a centre-back does for Chelsea anyway. And there's a helicopter. I live right next to the hospital, so there's a helicopter currently landing on top of the hospital. So if you can hear that via the mic, I do apologise. Don't really know what to do about that, to be honest. Should we try using Ethan Waddy? He looks very solid in Chelsea's training videos. I wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do it. Maybe we're saving money for Declan. Saving how and where. The thing is, with the whole money situation, I will get to who would Chelsea sell as well in just a minute. Give me time. We're talking about Declan Rice. Yeah, personally, he has a good height. He's just about tall enough to be a good centre-back in my opinion. He has the footballing ability to be a ball-playing centre-back. Left foot, right foot, incredible passing range. Brilliant. He can dribble. Is that necessary as a centre-back? No. But he has the aerial ability. He's strong. He's quick. And that's what you want. But he's also a leader. He's only 21 years of age and he's already a leader. When we faced West Ham towards the end of the season after the restart, he was their bloody captain when they beat us 3-2 because Mark Noble was injured. So and you could just see him on the pitch, the way he acts with the players around him. He is an absolute leader. And that's what we're missing. And to get a leader that, until he was 14, mind you, was part of the Chelsea Academy, why wouldn't you want that at your club? Personally, why wouldn't you want that at your club? I think we should do it. But then, of course, that is only possible if we sign players. It's only possible if we sign players. If we sell players, that is. If we sell players. And who will we sell? There's many players that Chelsea are trying to get rid of. It seems like Timu Bakayoko is almost on his way out to AC Milan on an initial loan, and they have then an option to buy. Let's see whether they take that option. In that case, let's hope he has a great loan and they use that option to buy him. There's still Danny Drinkwater. Will we ever get money for him? I don't know. But there's still Emerson Palmieri, who we want to get rid of. Inter were interested, but now it seems like they're more interested in Kolarov from Roma. Maybe then Roma need another centre-back and they want Emerson back, possibly. Zappacosta is now back from loan at AS Rome, so possibly he wants to. We definitely want to sell him. We signed Kai Havertz, so realistically we need to get rid of Ross Barkley. Also, that would free up the number 8, which would be quite good. But Ross Barkley needs to be gotten rid of. Same with Michy Batshuayi. There's so many players that we need to get rid of at this moment in time. That a lot of money will come in. A lot of money will come in, and if there's other players that used to be out on loan, like for example a Bakayoko or a Drinkwater, if there's other players like them that we want to sell, or like a Mario Pasalic, who we of course already sold to Atalanta last year, there's so much money coming in that it again makes it so bloody easy to sign someone like Declan Rice, even if he ends up being as expensive as £70 million. It would be possible. It would most certainly be possible. Luzala said, important to strengthen the defence. I agree, of course, it's important to strengthen the defence. I mean, you say that, but we've already signed a top-class left-back in Ben Chilwell, and we already signed one of the world's best centre-backs in Thiago Silva. Arguably the second, but at least the third best centre-back in the Premier League, in my opinion. Whether he's 35 and soon to turn 36 or not, still one of the best centre-backs in the world. 30 million plus Barkley is what Chelsea are rumoured to offer for Declan Rice. If that's actually true and we get that done, bloody brilliant. We get rid of Barkley, we get rid of his wages, and we get Declan Rice, bloody happy. Bloody happy, I'll take that. Any day of the week. Any day of the week. If no one can afford Jorginho, do you think that we will loan him out this summer? Oh, yeah, I've even forgot about Jorginho, quite frankly. TK13. I don't think we'll loan Jorginho out. I think we'll still keep him around because we still have that situation with Billy Gilmore. How long is he going to be out for with that meniscus injury? No one actually knows. Will we keep Ethan Ampadu around? Probably, if we sign Rice, I doubt we'll keep Ethan around, and especially if we can't get rid of Jorginho. But so much money would be coming in, but I'm unsure at this point whether Jorginho would be sold. Zappacosta, Emerson, Barkley, Jorginho, Batshuayi, Bakayoko, Drinkwater, Rama, Paparazzi as well, but I doubt we'll get rid of him at this point. I think we'll just have to terminate the contract. Declan Rice will be a deadline day signing, January signing, or next summer signing, in my opinion. I mean, you're not leaning out the window very far there, mate. You're giving us the option of signing him now, in January, or next summer. Do you think we can sign Oblak rather than Mendy, although the price is not equivalent? Just imagining. Now, if Atletico were listening to offers lower than his release clause, I think it would possibly be possible, even though that's weird wording. But if they actually want 100 million, we're not going to pay 100 million for a goalkeeper after we already signed Kepa for 70 million pounds not long ago, just 2 years ago. So personally, I can't imagine it. I can't imagine it. Kovacic or Mount because Sky Sports. Kovacic or Mount? Well, it depends on the formation. If we play a 4-3-3 with 2 attacking 8s, then Mount over Kovacic because Kovacic just can't score to save his life. And that's necessary if you play an attacking 8. If we play a proper 4-3-3 and he's a proper 8 or even a 6, then or in a double pivot, then of course Mount over Kovacic over Mount. Barkley should stay to learn, but Jorginho Barkley should stay to learn? Get out of my stream. Are you bloody mental, mate? Barkley should stay. It's outrageous. We already have Mason Mount, not Declan Rice, Kai Havertz, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek in exactly the position that Ross Barkley plays. We already have 3, even if we play attacking 8s. And then we still need to shift it sometimes. Can push Kovacic into there. Can even push Ziyech into there. Are you mental? No. Barkley needs to be gotten rid of immediately. Kayo said, waste of money. Don't need to sign a good centre-back. Don't need. Neither sign a good centre-back. Don't need neither Mendy or Rice, you mean. A good centre-back and fix the goalkeeper. Next season, Rice is average and Mendy is trash. I don't know about Mendy being trash. I'm not going to pretend to have watched Renault that much, but if Lolichon is a fan and Czech doesn't mind, sounds good to me. The stats of cross collection is good on the line, decent enough, but the distribution is poor and he's not incredible. No one's saying he's incredible. If you get a goalkeeper at Chelsea's level for under 20 million or around 20 million, of course it's not going to be incredible. And Rice is an average. I think that's a huge player in Declan Rice personally. I think there is. January signing maybe Declan Rice, but will join the next season. Yeah, probably. Cover any day. Depends on the formation. You can't, like what? Are you going to say just because Cover is a better player than Tammy Abraham, would you play Cover up front over him? No, you wouldn't. and twice on Sunday. Is Alonso a better left wing back than Chilwell? Absolutely not. Alonso is better at absolutely nothing than Ben Chilwell because Alonso is shite. Rice is not average, dude. Yeah, I agree. Not to mention Anjorin and Gallagher to come through. Gallagher, as far as I'm aware, is on his way out on loan to Crystal Palace, although that was, I read that like a couple of days ago and it hasn't happened yet, so let's see. And Anjorin is probably the breakthrough player that we'll have this season, which possibly makes it acceptable to not sign a winger because he is, of course, kind of half a winger, half a number 10. So maybe that's why I can accept that Rice is a good player. What happened to Ferrari today, Laurenz? Bloody hell, mate. Steph, you know, you can see the hat up there. I'm a Ferrari fan. I've been a Ferrari fan all my life. As longer than I can remember for, I've been a Ferrari fan for. And it's tough times. You know, we're basically the Liverpool of football, just that Ferrari haven't gotten to the period where Liverpool are in right now in real life, or in footballing terms. We need to win something again. We haven't won a constructor since 2008. We haven't won the driver's title in 2007. It's bloody tough. A big fan of Charles Leclerc. Not a fan of Sebastian Vettel. He's just an absolute spin on, an absolute mug. But, you know, we need to sort that car. The engine's terrible. The drag is terrible. The car itself is terrible. Bloody nightmare. Bloody nightmare. He's not our level. I disagree, mate. I disagree. We need a centre-back. Our current one's Bar Silva, us on the league. I mean, that's a bit harsh. But yeah, don't you think we need another winger? Well, there's Anjorin, and then kind of possibly yes. But we have to be realistic here as well. We've already signed, what, 6 players? 7, I think, if you include Sarr. Is it 6 with Sarr? Whatever it is. We've already signed so many players. We're looking at Declan Rice. We're looking at a goalkeeper. Can we really expect us to sign another winger as well? Rice after Kante departs, maybe 21, 22? No. Rice comes in as a centre-back and is a backup to Kante at DM. That's the situation. Kante isn't going anywhere unless he gets injured. McLaren was bloody brilliant. At least one guy with a Ferrari contract did well in sight. So it's been Rama not going to be the 4th winger then. Well, it's going to be interesting because West Ham are rumoured to be after him, but they don't want to pay more than the 20. They don't want to pay the £20 million that Brentford want. Apparently, you can say something Australian. I've never heard the language before. I mean, I'm not Australian. I'm Austrian, where we speak German. So I'm sure you have heard the language before. Chelsea will win Premier League this season. Mark my words. Well, I bloody hope so. I doubt it, but I bloody hope so. We have a lot of players, so we can do with 3 natural wingers for now. Why not Jimenez? He's much better centre-back than Rice. He's available for 60. Now, you make a fair point. Jimenez would, of course, be a bloody brilliant signing. And next to Thiago Silva, we'd be sorted. But is that what Lampard wants? You know, would I take it? Yeah, why not? I personally would take that. Why not do that? Why not do that? But I'm not sure Frank Lampard wants that. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Ismaz says Rudiger needs to be sold ASAP. I agree. Why are we not looking at Martinez from Arsenal? He's a lot cheaper than the other options. Seems obvious. Well, I don't know how cheap he would actually be, to be honest. Because would Arsenal sell him for that cheap to us? You don't think it's cheaper than Mendy. He's cheaper than Onana and Pope, yeah, but difficult one. William was asked to sign a 2-season extension, but he's gone. No replacement planned. I mean, yes, we signed Sia, so there's your replacement. Do you think Carlos Sainz has absolutely messed up signing a Ferrari contract? In the long term, hopefully not. I'm just hoping that Ferrari will get the 2022 regulations right. Are you convinced with Rice centre-back Laurenz? Be honest, especially now. No, I'm not saying sign Rice as a centre-back starter right now, but we have to be realistic and say we won't be able to get rid of all of our players right now, and we can't have 16 centre-backs and 16 midfielders. Do you know what I mean? So you can't just go out and sign Jimenez, because at least Rice is an option to play him as centre-back and as a backup to Kante, so he would actually give us versatility, which is what we need right now, because at least if we sign Rice, we cover 2 positions. If we sign Jimenez, he's only a centre-back, and we still don't have a backup to Kante, especially if he's injured for half the bloody season again. But hey, even though there's no big signings here today, over 120 if you're watching, I really do appreciate that, guys. Honestly, really do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Help me get 7,000 subs and then 10,000 subs along the way, and then we move from there. And of course, drop a like if you are here right now. Marina has received a lot of stick from Chelsea fans in the past. Do you think this madness that she has managed to pull off this window will change the opinion about her for good in the fan base? Now, me personally, if you go back to watch my videos on, for example, 100% Chelsea, or even on this channel back in the day, I never really jumped on this train of criticizing Marina Granovskaia, because to me, she was always only an employee of Roman Abramovich. That when the biggest hate she got is when we couldn't, for example, get Alexandro done, when we couldn't get Lukaku done. But in my opinion, she shouldn't necessarily be blamed for that. She has the money to spend that Roman Abramovich makes available for her. So if Roman says you have 60 million to spend on, or let's say you have 80 million to spend on Kai Havertz, she has 80 million to spend on Kai Havertz. If she can't negotiate a deal down to that much, then we won't sign the player. So can you really blame Marina Granovskaia that much for it? I was always more in the camp of blaming Michael Emenalo personally. Werner as a lone striker might not work out. He needs Abraham Ojibwe. I disagree. Werner as a lone striker will work out. I'm very confident in it. I'm very, very confident in it. Worked out for Germany on the weekend, scored, worked out against Brighton, scored. Of course, sometimes play him in possibly a 2 up top, but I personally don't want him as a winger unless we start playing like Liverpool do, with kind of a half false 9, but then don't have Tammy and Giroud in there. Then you could possibly, in my opinion, actually need to play Havertz as kind of that false 9 in the Firmino role, have him drop a bit deeper, have the wingers come very narrow, and then you can play Werner on the wing. But if we play a proper striker, don't play one on the wing. Not for me, not for me. Do we need Rice? We have Ampadu, who cost 0. Do we need Rice? No. But the thing with Ampadu is, would you trust him as of right now? And ideally, I see Ampadu as a CDM, a holding mid, and I see Rice as a centre-back. So ideally, you could have both long-term. Long-term, what did you say about Romero? Romero is decent. Yeah, he's decent. I mean, he's probably better than Mendy, so you could argue, maybe get him. I don't know how old he is, but you could argue it. Werner has better movement and hold-up play than Tammy. Tammy is just tall and skinny, no muscle. Tammy has, well, Werner certainly has better movement than Tammy. The better hold-up play depends. Like if a long ball, a high ball comes in, Werner is going to struggle a bit because he's a bit short. But, you know, Tammy will improve. You know, give them more time. You are the best part about 100% Chelsea. You're the best part of Bluesfanstv. You should do more videos. Well, I'm bloody doing it. I'm bloody doing it. You know, there will be previews are back very, very soon of Bluesfanstv, of course, because the Premier League season kicks off very, very soon. So that's happening. And I'm doing plenty of videos here. Just had one lot yesterday. Might not do one tomorrow. We'll do one on Monday. So, you know, we'll see that. Is Alonso better than Emerson? Well, then it's a very questionable statement to be asked. Alonso has performed better for Chelsea and has done more for Chelsea. He's scored important goals. He's had good performances. Emerson is there's a better player in Emerson. And if he didn't have that ACL injury before we signed him, I think he would be significantly better. But it just hasn't worked out for him at Chelsea, and I think it's time we get rid. Just take the cash as soon as we can, in my opinion. Mishi needs to go ASAP. He only has 1 year left on his contract. Yeah, he needs to go ASAP. Bloody hope so. Alonso is trash. Alonso is trash. But I still think he's kind of better than Emerson, because Emerson has kind of been trash, other than until September when he picked up that injury with Italy. Until then, he was bloody brilliant. But after that, he's been poor. We have to all admit it, Kaya. Another question. Werner left wing, Kai false 9, Pulisic right wing with Thiago Cam. What'd say? Well, you can't play a Cam if you play a false 9. That doesn't work. So you can't do that because they will just run over each other's feet. And Pulisic on the right is a bit of a waste in my opinion. That's also a reason why I don't really want Werner out on the left wing, because Pulisic's goal threat is so significantly higher when he plays on the left. Just look at his stats at Dortmund, where he almost always plays on the right. Yes, assists go up, but his goals go down significantly. So that's just not it. Which youth players would you promote to the senior squad? Could we use a winger from a youth in case of injury? Yeah, Tino Andrin. Tino Andrin would be that in my opinion. I like that video you did on 100% Chelsea about useless international breaks. Appreciate that, Bryanson. That's a long time ago. Chukwueze would be a good signing. Nah, I'm happy with our attack. We need to refresh our attack needed to refresh our attack in the last 5 seasons. We scored the least amount of goals out of the top 6. Did we in the end? I didn't even know, really, to be honest. But yeah, fair play. Would you take Jeremy Boga back? Well, no. Seemingly, well, we just sold him to Sassuolo, and now he seems to be on his way to somewhere in France, I read, I'm pretty sure. So, I would have taken him, say, in January, or before we've properly sold him, but we have properly sold him now, so that train's kind of... that ship's kind of sailed, I guess. Guys, give Alonso credit. He's been scoring crucial goals. He's average, not trash, since he's a wing-back, not a full-back. Now, people need to understand one thing. Just because a player scores goals doesn't make him good unless he's a striker and a winger. If you're a left-back or even a wing-back, your main responsibility isn't scoring goals. Even Frank Lampard, after Alonso scored those goals against Spurs and whatever else, said, well, it's great that he's scoring goals, but he's not who I want to be scoring goals. So that doesn't excuse Alonso from being absolutely awful. Reece or Aspie starting, To start with, I would possibly go with Aspie, and just depending on the opponent and whoever's in better form, play that. But if Reece obviously finds good form, then he needs to keep playing because of his age. Guys, give Alonso credit. No, just already answered that. Thiago Alcantara to Chelsea. Would you like to see it happening? That's one of the last things I'm going to talk about. Almost 30 minutes I've been live for. Appreciate every single one of you that has tuned in, of course. Thiago Alcantara, of course, the Bayern Munich centre mid, is linked to Liverpool for a move for a fee of no more than just £30 million, which is ridiculous. He's a great player. And he's not even 30 as far as I'm aware. He's a brilliant, brilliant player, genuinely. But is he the player we need right now? Personally, no. If anything, you know, if we're going to talk CDM and you don't want like Rice as a backup and a centre-back as well, talk about Thomas Partey from Atletico Madrid. Yeah, he plays in the double pivot most of the time and not in an attacking scene with a high line. But I'm sure you can get used to it. He's a brilliant player. And he's cheap. 50 million is not a lot for a proper DM either. Just because Arsenal can't afford it, don't mean we can't. But Thiago would be even cheaper. And Thiago is a brilliant player. To me, Thiago is very much like Kovacic. Just better in pretty much everything other than maybe dribbling because he's a bit slower. With passing, it's better. His finishing, better. Passing, like his assist, like final passing, better. Positionally and defensively, better. Except his tackling and physique, he's not as strong as Kovacic and his tackling isn't as good as Kovacic. But he's pretty much like Kovacic, just better. So he's not a DM solution. So, in my opinion, no. But yeah, I would be happy if we signed him, but he wouldn't be the solution to our problems. Thiago just means less game time for Kovacic and our midfield is jam-packed. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Alonso is good enough to give Chilwell competition, so he's good enough to be his backup. Let's go for Onana. He's a world-class goalkeeper. He's not a world-class goalkeeper, but you know, the problem is that we can't get rid of Kepa. I'm pretty sure if we managed to get rid of Kepa, we would have tried to either get Oblak or Onana. But yeah, that's kind of the problem I think we're facing right now. Guys, I'm going to leave it here. I'll give you one last second to drop a like, every single one of you. Make sure you drop a like right now. There's over 120 if you're watching and only 53 likes. Go down below, smash that like button. Doesn't cost you any money, barely cost you any time. Make sure you smash that like button. I would honestly appreciate it more than you could ever imagine. And also, you know, this just helps, you know, more likes and more interaction just help the video get pushed out to more people. So it would genuinely be massively appreciated. So please do that. Be massively appreciated. I just said appreciate it about 50,000 times. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Up to Chelsea. I'll probably see you again on Monday on this channel with another live stream, probably. So see you then. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Help me get 7,000 subscribers and then 10,000 subscribers, and then we go from there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Up to Chelsea, and I'll see you. Wait, and I'll see you next time.